America. We are camping again.
Again.
And we're going to bring you this campground review, another campground review. You know, we do a lot of motorcycle campground reviews.
Yes.
But RVers, you're definitely going to benefit from this particular campground. We are just outside of, what's the major city?
Montgomery, Alabama.
Yes, if you come into Montgomery, Alabama, or anywhere near Montgomery, Alabama, this is the campground you want to stay in.
Right. It's about, what, 9 miles at the most?
Yes, from the heart of the city.
From the heart of downtown Montgomery, Alabama, yes.
And Montgomery, Alabama have some excellent stuff to explore. Rich history in Montgomery, Alabama that you cannot miss. A lot of new museums, a lot of great things to see. Like, we've been here 3 days and we're not done yet.
We're not done yet. We actually going back.
To where?
To the Peace and Justice, the National Memorial, the museum.
Yes, we got a lot to see.
Yes, because there's a memorial and there's a museum in 2 different locations.
There's a lot of history in Montgomery. I mean, oh my God, you cannot miss it. Okay, so like Cake said, we're about maybe 9 to 11 miles from the major city.
Yes.
And you know, we do a lot of motorcycle reviews. So motorcyclists, if we can get here on big Goldwings,
you can get here on your motorcycle too.
Exactly. So as we come in here, the asphalt road is spectacular just before we get into the pay area, because this is a paid campground.
Yeah, it's not free.
Yes, I mean, it is well within our budget, and we'll talk about that a little later. But this name of the campground is
Gunter Hill Campground.
Yes.
2 different campgrounds in one location.
Yes.
We're at the Antioch Loop, and then there's a Katoma Loop.
Yes, and it's ran by the Army Corps engineer, which you know, the Army Corps engineer is always dealing with water. So we have a lake here over here, I think it's Katoma, actually, the name of the lake.
Katoma Lake.
And we are on the Antioch stretch.
That, if you notice, I'm looking away. That's what I'm looking at. The fish are jumping.
Yes, we have water right here. We'll show you that later. But it is spectacular. And we know the lake, there's a lot of opportunities on the lake. We see a lot of boats passing, fishing, kayaking, all kind of boating. And the boating dock now. Yeah, I just heard a duck. But we haven't seen any speedboats on this stretch that we're on right now. This arm, I forgot what they call it, Antioch Way or something like that. And like we said, we're on the Antioch Loop. So we're going to get our review based on where we are now. And we'll touch a little bit on the Katoma Loop also.
Right.
Especially if you're an RVer, you want to watch this. I mean, motorcyclists, this is what we do.
Motorcyclists could tell your RV friends.
Yes.
This can.
Okay, let's talk about a couple things that you may need, like your supplies prior to coming to the campground.
Right.
There are many stores. Obviously, like I said, we're not too far from Montgomery, but there's stores not too far from the campground where you can pick up food. And we haven't been there yet. We're going probably today, but what we understand, there is a super Walmart center approximately 11 miles from the campground. So you can pick up supplies from there. Or if you're just picking up grocery store, I know there's Winn-Dixie's and a couple of other local grocery stores here that you can pick up supplies.
Right.
So you're not too far from anything.
And if you just need a quick run, there's a Dollar General about 1.5 miles away from the campground.
Yes. Get some supplies or some food from there also. So what we're gonna go over now is the campground in general.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do in the description section, like all the videos, I am gonna put the GPS coordinates to the gate, not to the specific camping loop, but to the gate, so you know how to get there. Coming here, once you pass the gate, and like we said, it is a paid campground. You know, we love free more than paid, but this is well within our budget of $100 a night. We're well within our budget of $100 a night.
Yes.
Coming in for motorcyclists, as you're coming in, and like I said, we're gonna talk about the Antioch Loop more than the other side.
The Katoma.
Because this is where we are now. When you're coming in, rolling on asphalt. Once you get past the gates to come to the Antioch Loop, you're still on asphalt, but there is a lot of repairs that needed to be done.
Yeah.
You would say?
Yeah, I say repairs.
And you'll be riding through some crushed gravel, not a big deal. It's not a lot. You can basically maneuver your way around anything, around all the holes also, if you practice your slow speed.
There are holes they filled it in with gravel, but of course the gravel is picking up from the cars and the RVs that ride on the road. But you can still maneuver your bike
Yes.
through it too.
And before we really talk about the other loop, I want to just mention something. The other loop, the Katoma loop, is more updated than this. But we adore this a little bit more than the updated loop because,
Oh my gosh, the woods, the trees, it feels more like you're camping way out
yes,
in the boondocks somewhere.
yes.
In the boonies, yes.
And each campsite, the living area, I guess you call it, the pad, is large.
They're large.
It's not bigger than the other one over there. We're going to discuss that one, but it is large. And where we are in site number 100, we're going to talk about the best one here on the Antioch Loop also.
Yeah, that we think is the best.
That we're going to get next time we come, because based on what we've been here, we come back again.
Yes, we will come back again.
Yeah, and we come back, we're going to reserve the best one, which we're going to tell you, so you can't get this one while we trying to reserve it. Anyway, the neighbors kind of close. If you're in a tent, you're probably going to hear your neighbors. But RVs, one where we are kind of close, because as we were driving through the campsite, some of them live far apart.
Far apart.
But it still seemed like we are out in the backwoods, got our backpack on, because all the trees and bushes, and I don't know how many different tree species there are. I cannot begin to name how many are there, but it is beautiful here. It seemed more tranquil than the other spot.
Yes.
And the Antioch Loop, obviously RV is going to pick that one and crowd that one first.
The Antioch Loop is less crowded. It's not on top of each other, and it's smaller RVs versus the big ginormous house.
Right, definitely. So as you're coming in, once you get to your campsite, you have the gravel that you see me pick up, the small gravel. Obviously you don't have to ride on it. You can just cruise on it or back your bike in like we done. And if you setting up a tent, like we actually have a tent, we explain that later. We don't have Patrick's with us, but we explain that in a different video why we actually tent camping for the next couple of weeks, actually.
Couple of months.
Yes.
More like months.
Well, we'll probably be done by the time this video airs.
Okay. What?
And we'll probably be back in Patches. But you can set your tent up. The pad is huge. And each campsite here in the Antioch Loop, as well as the Katoma Loop, have their amenities. Basic camping amenities like most of the campsites have, like
the fire ring, the charcoal grill pit. So I'm pointing at it. The lantern hook.
Yes.
And then there's a table.
Yeah, so each one of them, you have those amenities.
And
at the campsite.
This campground has electric and water.
Yes. And for motorcycles, we don't have to really worry about dump station. But there is a dump station here for your RVs in this campground and
the other one.
Other loop also.
Yes.
Now, some of the things on the campground, this part of Antioch, as well as the other one also have hot showers.
Oh, yes.
Flushable toilets, hot showers. Now, we are on the Antioch side, which is an update as the Katoma side.
I think they're going to get to this one next.
Hopefully, because I don't know about the female shower, but when I went into the men's restroom, it's old, outdated. The showers seem like they could use more cleaning and scrubbing from time to time. But it's not hot and it's flushable toilets. One of our toilets are out of order. It's just kind of not the best we've seen, but you can easily just go in there, take a shower. One thing we always do, everywhere we go, we always bring flip-flop sandals that we wear in the shower so you don't have to worry about just in case there's any mildew on the floor or anything like that. So, and it also has they call it a multi-use court, where it has
basketball, volleyball.
Yes, but the one here, I don't know if there's one on the other side. I didn't see one.
I didn't see
Probably
that.
one. If there's one here, they upgraded the other side. They probably have one on the other side also. But the basketball and volleyball court is, like you say, hasn't been updated. I would not play basketball or volleyball. Matter of fact, there isn't even a volleyball net on the poles.
Bring your own.
And the basketball court, it has torn nets on one side, but to me, it was not worth even going out there to attempt it. So hopefully they'll update this one like they did the one on the opposite side.
It seemed like they updated the children's playground.
Yes, that's right. They do have a children's playground. That's
Children's playground. And they also have a laundry facility, which is
yes.
closed. They don't have a sign on what time it opens and closed. So right now it's closed. The door is locked. So we don't know how much the laundry is or anything else.
And there's also a group pavilion.
Yes.
The group pavilion is good enough for a pretty nice sizable group, because this campground in this facility is day use also. So if you come in to use it for the day, I don't know what it costs. I think it was like $5 for a day use.
$5 for day, no, $5 to launch your boat.
Yes.
So I don't know what the day use was.
There's a boat launch area in this Antioch loop. And I'm sure, because the Antioch loop is the older loop, I'm sure there's probably, we don't know yet, one in the Katoma loop also.
I didn't see any when we rode around the Katoma loop. So I think that Antioch loop is the only boat ramp that's here.
That we see.
We see.
Yes. So a little bit about the Katoma loop. It is spectacular. However, it just reminds us of
an RV park.
Yes.
Like, because everybody was, you here, they here,
And it was packed. And obviously, we're recording this on a weekend. And this weekend, the Antioch Loop has tons of space available. In fact, how many campsites there in the entire campground?
It's 142 in the entire campground.
Yes.
On Katoma side, there's 1 through 75. And then the Antioch Loop is 76 to 142.
Okay. So
yeah.
That's, and I guess the Antioch side is the older side, and most people may know it, and that's why they choose. Not to mention, there are some videos talking about that loop, and that's why a lot of people choosing that, because it is spectacular. If you got an RV, if you have a huge, big rig, you can put 2 or 3 big rigs in one spot. Now, we don't know if they allow it, but you can. It is beautiful, paved, manicured, and there's a lot of spots by the water, just like we are by the water. We'll turn the camera around and plug some pictures in that we took yesterday. That loop is very popular, and it's probably more difficult to reserve than this. Oh, we didn't talk about how much it cost.
Tell them how much it costs, because it's not free.
Yeah, we like free.
Free
Is our favorite. Like, what's my favorite word? Free. Why you have to say it like us? Free.
Free.
But it's not the cheapest we ever paid. It's one around the highest price we ever paid, but check this out. It's still only $26 a night.
For electric and water?
Yes.
Not full hookup.
Matter of fact, they look like one of the pontoon boats coming right now.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going to hook up. Actually, we've seen that one before. You guys will get a shot of it, or if we hadn't put it in already. What?
We're at site number 100.
Okay, yes.
Bottled water, we wake up, there's water. We go to sleep, there's water. So
right back there.
Yes, but the best
Go ahead. I know what you want to say.
Campsite
here
is, don't tell nobody.
Tell nobody, just between you and I and any part of the world that's watching this.
The best spot on the Antioch Loop is site number 103. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Why is the best?
Nice and big, just like the rest of them.
We're going over here. Come on. Look at this. Look at pretty bird. Stare. I'm gonna take the camera while Rich go touch the water. He going down the stairs. Come on. Hold on to the stairwell.
Don't tell nobody about this spot. Yep. Look at this. This is your camping area. And then you come down by the water. It's so pristine. I feel I have to speak like this. Whoa, almost failed. But look at this. When you get...
You can put your chair right here. You can even put your foot in the water. Oh, throw your fishing pole out there. Wow, this one here has everything you need. You can even catch your food out here in this water. You know, I'm not gonna put my foot out there, my cheek here. I'll touch the water. Nice.
So, we're going to keep this a secret between Cake and me. Anybody around the world watching this video, shh, don't tell nobody else. On the Antioch Loop, site 103.
You have your own private beach on the Antioch Loop. Now, not all the campsites are near the water. There's some that's further in, but you can still get to the water from whichever campsite you go to.
This one do not have a swimming location. When I checked the map, I don't remember which ones have swimming locations. So if you like water activity, including swimming, make sure you check those also. But we can comment on those because we aren't at those. This is why we're doing a review on this one for you. And like all our reviews, you get a review from us. We've been here. We stayed there before. We're not going to give you anything hearsay that we found out from someone else. However, if you got a campground that you truly love, put it in the comment section. Throughout our travels, you know, we roam the USA all over the place. Throughout our travels, possibly you can give us a great campground that we can stay in, or maybe tell us a campground we should stay away from.
Right, those are very important too.
Yeah, especially as motorcyclists, because we got to ride on two wheels through a lot of stuff that we need to perhaps stay away from.
Exactly.
Okay, but that's all we have for this campground review. I hope you like it. If so, definitely give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel because we are going to have tons of campground. Matter of fact, we're going to do a review of every campground we stay in. Yeah. And if we didn't record, then hopefully we took enough pictures to give a review at a campground that we didn't record anything in. But until then, y'all riding, remember, ride long, ride hard, ride strong, and most importantly,
ride safe.
From Booster Jeans Riders, I'm Rich.
I'm Cake.
And we out. I go camping. Again.
And again and again.